Hi everybody, welcome to Studio 64. My name's David. I've been searching the interzones for some more science, space and tech news to share with you. And I came across this at Sputnik International. This should be interesting. Scientists reveal hidden branch of the Nile, potentially solving pyramid mystery according to a study. Interesting. And there are the pyramids. Yes, the discovery could be the answer to the question of how ancient Egyptians were able to transport massive stone blocks that make up their now famous monuments. Wow, this is amazing. Again, I'm not a scientist. I just love archaeology. I love all science, Egyptology. Anyone who is an expert in this area, please feel free to drop a comment below the video because I'd love to hear from you and get your input because this is great. I love this. Scientists have recently discovered a long-buried branch of the River Nile that once rushed with life alongside the country's magnificent Giza Pyramid complex. The river branch is about 40 miles long or 64 kilometres, but has been hiding under desert and farmland for millennia, according to a study that published the findings on Thursday in Communications, Earth and Environment. And as usual, I'll leave the link to the main article below the video so you can pop in and check out these embedded links if you want. Go for a bit of a deeper dive. It makes for a really interesting read, believe me. All right, so Iman Ghonim, a geomorphologist who was born and raised in Egypt, is a professor at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. She and her team analysed batches of satellite images as well as sediment samples that were collected from beneath the desert's surface. Now we are looking at these meandering natural features closer to the pyramid field, like long depressions and troughs, now covered up entirely by farmlands and sand. Gonheim says it can be very hard to see if you don't know what you're looking for. Now, radar gave the research team the unique ability to penetrate the sand surface and produce images of hidden features, including buried rivers and ancient structures, said Gonheim. Now, and through this process, they found a long-lost ancient branch of the Nile, the one runs through the foothill. Once I can't even speak, my brain's operating on half a Biden today. Apologies for that. That once ran through the foothills beside the Gaza Pyramid Field, just a kilometre from the banks of the river. Now, the team believes that this hidden branch could be the answer to how builders transported heavy materials to the construction site of the now iconic pyramids, as heavy materials would have been easy to float downriver than to carry across sand. That would make sense. Now, the ancient Egyptians built 31 pyramids along the now inhospitable desert strip between 4,700 and 3,700 years ago. Gonheim adds that the branch could help researchers find potential sites of ancient human settlements that might be buried beneath the land's surface. And there's the iconic Sphinx and, of course, the pyramid there. That's absolutely amazing. There's another pyramid in the background too. That stuff just fascinates me. Why, where, and how? Was it just built for ego purposes, for religious purposes, or was there something to do with aliens like in Stargate? Who knows? I just think it's very, very interesting. It fascinates me. I love it. Now, while archaeologists have long suspected a waterway was responsible for helping build the pyramids, Gonheim says that nobody was certain of the location, the shape, the size, or the proximity of this mega waterway to the actual pyramid site. Now, the scientists believe the river, which they named Aramat, was covered in sand when a major drought set in around 4,200 years ago. And the discovery of the river branch could also explain why the pyramids were built in different areas. Gonheim explains that the water's course and volume changed over time, so kings of later eras had to make different choices compared to those of earlier eras, which would make sense. We can't build the pyramid here because the water's not close enough to it, and we can't get our big rocks there on barges. Makes sense. She adds that she is hopeful of continuing to piece together a map of the Nile's previous life. Now, for most cities, we're not talking about how water helped the building of pyramids, but rather how human civilizations otherwise depended on it and adapted to its changes, she says. And when we learn from the past, we can prepare for the future. Absolutely fascinating, except for the fact that human beings never learn from the past, no matter how many lessons the past tries to teach us. Fascinating. Yes. All right, well, my name is David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science, Space and Tech News update. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you're up for it, drop a comment down below the video because I'd love to hear what you think. All right, take care, and as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
I'll be back.